Ladies and gentlemen, it is the most magical time of the year. I've been refreshing the page the last 10 minutes on ESPN, waiting for the bracket to go live, and it's finally here. We're going to fill this puppy out. As Michael Jackson said, days before his death, this is it. Let's start here in the top left corner. Auburn against Alabama State or St. Francis. I'll take St. Francis to win the first 4 game, but lose to Auburn. Louisville versus Creighton. This game's in Kentucky, guys. That's a no-brainer. Louisville. Michigan versus Cal San Diego, a newcomer this year. The Tritons take Michigan. They're hot right now. Texas A&M against Yale. So Yale had their upset time last year. It's not going to be 2 years in a row being a 4 seed. Take Texas A&M there. And then Ole Miss against North Carolina or San Diego State. So I'll take UNC to win the first 4 game and beat Ole Miss in our first upset pick of the bracket. No, sorry guys. North Carolina, the 11 seed, moves on there. Iowa State against Lipscomb. It's Iowa State all day. Marquette, New Mexico. I like the Lobos as a 10 seed and a mini upset there. And then Michigan State against Bryant. Easy dub for the Spartans there. Continuing on in the first round, Florida against Norfolk State. 33-point win for Florida. UConn versus Oklahoma, guys. You can't bet against Dan Hurley in the month of March. Oklahoma's terrible. They're overrated. UConn by 15 points here. Memphis against Colorado State. Could it be a 12-5 upset? No, Memphis is a great team. Probably underseeded at 5, really. Maryland against Grand Canyon. I think this game's out west somewhere. I'll take GCU for the 13 seed upset there. They have a lot of fans out there. They pay their fans to go to the games. Take Grand Canyon. Missouri versus Drake. This game's going to be nasty. It's in Kansas. There are going to be bodies on the floor. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Drake finally gets their time in the tournament. Texas Tech versus UNC Wilmington. So they were last in the tournament, I think 8 years ago. UNC Wilmington against Virginia. They almost won in a 12-5 upset there. This year is not going to be the year for UNC Wilmington. Take Texas Tech and Patrick Mahomes. This game is wacky, so you have probably the 2 best coaches in college basketball. In my opinion, it's Calipari and Bill Self. I'm going to go with Bill Self here in Kansas. They have the better roster right now. And here we go, St. John's versus Omaha. This game will be on CBS, I guarantee it. 2:40 p.m. CBS, guarantee it, lock it in right now. St. John's, Kansas will be a great second round matchup. And then let's do some more first round here on the right side. Duke versus, I'm going to say the American Eagles. It's going to be Duke all day. I would say rest Cooper Flagg in the first round. Well, it might hurt ratings though, so they might play him anyway. Mississippi State versus Baylor in a very boring 8-9. I hate these 8-9 games. They're kind of these weird random teams that just nobody cares about. I'll take Baylor, why not? Oregon versus Liberty. It's going to be a hot 12-5 here, but it's not going to happen because Oregon out of the Big Ten is pretty good this year. And then Arizona versus Akron. They're hot right now. Take the Wildcats out of Arizona. BYU, VCU. If you like acronyms, if you like letters, you like this game. It's going to be an overtime game. It's going to be a close one, maybe a buzzer beater. I'll take the Cougars to move on. Wisconsin, Montana. So Montana always disappoints in the tournament, it feels like. Wisconsin's really good. Take Wisconsin. And then St. Mary's against Vanderbilt. I'm envisioning a late night game here. Kind of sloppy, lower scoring. I'm going to go with St. Mary's by 4 points. Alabama versus Robert Morris. Is he a senator or something? Robert Morris. I'll take Alabama to win that game. And then our last quadrant here, Houston versus SIU Edwardsville. I want to go with the big upset here, guys, but this is the perfect bracket. It's not going to be a 16 seed winning this year. It's Houston and then Gonzaga. You can't bet against Gonzaga in the first round of the tournament. They never lose. Mark Few. Clemson versus McNeese. So there's injury questions for Clemson right now, I think. I'll take McNeese in the 12-5 upset there. Purdue against High Point. The High Point, I think Panthers or something like that. I'll take Purdue. Illinois against, I hate this first 4 game. Texas versus Xavier. Nobody's watching that. Texas won like 18 games this year, or 19 games. It's just an egregious game between 2 teams that do not deserve to be in the tournament. Take Illinois. Kentucky against Troy. I'm sitting here right now and, you know, it's a weird, Kentucky was a 3 seed last year and they lost to a 14. I don't believe in this Kentucky team. I don't believe in Kobe Bryant. I don't believe in Mark Pope right now. I'm going to take Troy to beat Kentucky. I know it's tough for Wildcat fans. And actually, you know what? In my last video, I said Kentucky's going to win it all, so I might as well just take Kentucky. I don't know. They could get upset, honestly. I'll take them right now. UCLA versus Utah State. Cronin, the coach, take UCLA. And then Tennessee versus Wofford. I'll take Tennessee. So going back up here to the second round, it is Auburn versus Louisville, and it is Auburn moving on. Michigan versus Texas A&M. Michigan there, they're hot right now. North Carolina against Iowa State. I feel like these teams always play in the tournament. I don't know why. I'll take North Carolina, the 11th seed, moving on to the Sweet 16. And then New Mexico versus Michigan State. I want to take the Lobos as our mini Cinderella, but I will take Michigan State. And then down here, Florida versus UConn. Wasn't this like a championship game back in like 2006 or something like that? Maybe that was UCLA versus UConn. I'll take Dan Hurley in March. The 8 seed goes to the Sweet 16. And then Memphis versus Grand Canyon. It's Grand Canyon. And then Drake, Texas Tech. I want to go with another upset here, but that's a lot in a row. It's going to be Tech. And then Kansas versus St. John's. It's a tough draw for Pitino. I know. I think they narrowly get the dub by like 3 points. 66-63 in a great game there. And let's just do the second round here. So Duke versus Baylor. It's Duke. Oregon versus Arizona, a Pac-12 throwback matchup here. It's going to be Arizona. Well, what are they in the Big 12 now, Arizona? These teams move around. It's so wacky right now. BYU versus Wisconsin. I like this little matchup here. BYU gets the dub, and then St. Mary's Bama. Bama's offense is too good. St. Mary's cannot slow that down. It's Nate Oates in Alabama. And then Houston versus Gonzaga. Another 8 seed moves on. It's Mark Few in March. Guys, what are we talking about here? McNeese and Purdue. Do I see Cinderella? Nah, Purdue's pretty good. I like Braden Smith. He's a baller right now. Illinois versus Kentucky. A lot of fans of this game. Wherever this game is being played at, it's going to get nasty. But I'll take Illinois. I don't believe in Kentucky. I know I said they're going to win it all. It's like a joke in my last video, but I'll take Illinois. Like, realistically, Kentucky's bowing out early. Tennessee versus UCLA. I'm going to go Tennessee here. And then let's do some Sweet 16. These games are going to be pure cinema. It's going to be Auburn beating Michigan. North Carolina versus Michigan. They played last year. North Carolina, Michigan State. I believe North Carolina won that game. It's going to be Michigan State this year. Tom Izzo in March. And then UConn versus Grand Canyon in the Sweet 16 on TBS. I'll take Dan Hurley there. They still have a good squad up there. They're just kind of lower seeded this year. And then St. John's versus Texas Tech. And yes, we will get a St. John's versus UConn rematch in the Elite Eight. It's going to be beautiful. And then Duke versus Arizona, powerhouse matchup here. Take the Blue Devils. With BYU versus Alabama, nobody stops Alabama's offense. 92 points per game and a W there. Gonzaga versus Purdue, always a fun one here. It's going to be close. Flip a coin. I'll take Purdue to win this game. And then Illinois versus Tennessee. Take Illinois. It's going to be a Big Ten matchup in the Elite Eight. So here we go. Let's start up here with Auburn versus Michigan State. And this one's tough. Janai Broom, Cohen Carr from Michigan State. It's going to be a fun matchup. I'll take the Spartans. Izzo needs his Final Four rebirthing. It's been, well, I guess 6 years. I think in 2019 they made it. Take Michigan State there to go to the Final Four. And then UConn versus St. John's. So UConn's won the last 2 championships. Will they get back there again to the Final Four? I think they bow out here in St. John's. Pitino gets his time in the spotlight in San Antonio. And then Purdue versus Illinois, a Big Ten ticket to the Final Four. It's going to be Purdue again for the 2nd year in a row. Good job, Coach Painter. And then Alabama versus Duke. Guys, I'll be honest, Alabama is so good, and Duke has too many freshmen. It's going to be like 2019 when they had the Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson. They lose in the Elite Eight, and Bama goes to the Final Four again. So we're getting some repeat teams from last year. And then the Final Four, if I can find it here, is is in the middle. Sorry. Michigan State versus St. John's. Tom Izzo, Rick Pitino. Are you kidding me? It's going to be a great game. Oh, this one's tough. Flip a coin. I will take Michigan State to go to the championship. And then Alabama versus Purdue. I'll take Bama. Like I said, you can't stop that train. 92 points per game. Ridiculous. Michigan State, Bama. This game was a college football playoff game about 10 years ago. Who's going to win it all this year? It is Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. Congratulations. Big Ten's first title in I think like 25 years. Tom Izzo, he retires after the game. One shining moment. So that's the bracket. I will link my tournament challenge group below on ESPN. It's Pacillac YouTube. And the winner of the group will receive a Venmo gift from me, a certain amount of money. We'll figure that out later. But guys, thanks for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.